going, guys? It is AJ here, and welcome to episode number 6 of my Marquee matchup predictions for this weekend coming. Now, we're in the last week of February. It's gone so quick, it's unbelievable. I've been doing my channel like about a month and a half, nearly 2 months now, and it's absolutely crazy how quick it's gone. But we're in the last week of February, and I know last week was episode number 5, obviously, and the Marquee matchups didn't go very well. Like, the actual video was quite laggy. And obviously that was because, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, I'll put the link in the description to my Twitter, but anyway, I was having some really bad difficulties with my Elgato, and it was doing some screen tearing thing, and I've had so many issues. That's why I haven't uploaded as much, but sorted that out. Problem's gone now, I hope. Anyway, fingers crossed. I did my video yesterday, which will be out. It's just come out actually. I did it yesterday and it's coming out today, as well as this one, so I'm going to do a double upload, as you guys know, as the video's already out. But yeah, we did have a few troubles with my Elgato, and that's why I haven't uploaded. Do apologise about that. I will be back now, hopefully uploading pretty much every day. I'd say 4, 5, 6 times a week, at least 4 anyway, because I need to get some videos out, and I think I was uploading like once every 2 days. I don't really like doing that. I'm trying to upload every single day, but it's quite hard. Got a job, got like other things going on, but obviously if I reach a point where I actually don't need a job or anything like that, I can actually start doing YouTube full time, then that'd be absolutely awesome. And it's all you guys, it's your support, and if you can support me, that'd be absolutely amazing. Just smash the like button down below, be sure that you are subscribing as well, that would be awesome. So let's get into the Marquee matchups and not ramble on a load of rubbish and you hearing my sort of soft story. You don't really want to hear that. So what I was going to show you guys is the Marquee matchups. Now my first Marquee matchup prediction is in the French league. Now there's quite a few teams, but I saw online there was so many games that could be in this weekend's Marquee matchups. But I've only chosen 4. I will go through 1 or 2 that could be in it. But anyway, the first one is a game between Marseille and PSG. So if we look at the Marseille players, they're not going that expensive. I think the cheapest is about 650 coins. 600 coins. Well, actually, if you take a look at this guy, this is what I noticed. It is literally like one player. I've typed in 650 as the maximum, and it's literally just this guy as a centre back. I did just see a right mid there. So if we go midfielders, there is literally one person there. He's been on the market for 25 seconds. So if we go forwards, I believe they're a bit more expensive. About 900 coins, 800 coins. You've got Gomes there, that's to me Gomes. So worth investing in a couple of these. I wouldn't go for this guy who you saw, because I can't see him rising. Like, he's already 600 coins, so maybe not investing in this guy. But if you want to get some other defenders, I will check to see if I have any right backs or left backs at gold. I don't think they have a right back. No, they haven't actually got a right back. They've got a left back, obviously. That is Patrice Evra, who signed for them recently, and you've also got Bedamo as well. So maybe by picking those guys up, I wouldn't really go too all out with the rare players if they're expensive. Maybe if you can get them 700, 750 coins, go for it. But I'd stick with the non-rares, maybe the silvers, because if you take a look at their goalkeeper, they haven't actually got a gold goalkeeper. So maybe something to consider. You could go for the silver goalkeeper, might be an option, but I think I'll see how much they're going for actually. And what you could also do is go for a left back, like some French players. They're probably like decent to invest in because obviously they are in the French league, and obviously PSG have got a few French players themselves. This could be something to consider because obviously they could do a requirement where you need 4 or 5 French players from each team. Players are going to go right up in price. It is unbelievable. So maybe something to consider. Like I always say, don't put all your eggs in one basket because you're going to lose a lot of coins if they aren't in there, and obviously we don't want to do that. So moving on to PSG, I will just quickly flick over to Paris Saint-Germain. Their cheapest gold player is literally like 900 coins, which is pretty decent. Like, he's been on there like 10 seconds, so he's probably going to sell in a minute. I'll just see if he has sold. No, he hasn't sold just yet, but he will because obviously he's the only one on the market, and he is the centre forward. The only people that seem to be on here, you got Motta, but I bet he's only been up for a couple of seconds. Yeah, he'll sell instantly. I probably should have bought him, but the only people that seem to be on it for under a K is the goalkeeper Areola and obviously the centre forward that you just saw. So if you go for, I put it down to about 800 coins, maybe get some snipes in there. I always say this, don't really bid because probably not going to win them. Obviously, a lot of people are doing Marquee matchup like videos like me, and a lot of people are going to see it. So many people will be bidding, and the chances are you won't get it. And if you're good at sniping, try to get some snipes in there. It's pretty decent. You're gonna, even if you want to sell them on, say you get a non-rare for like 400 coins, you could go sell it on for like 900 coins to 1,000 coins. Got yourself profit instantly, or you can keep hold of the card until Friday. But yeah, those two teams, they're okay to invest in. I think there are a few better teams to invest in this video, but they are probably one of the better ones anyway. So let's move on to the next game. So moving on to the Premier League, we've got Manchester City versus Manchester United. The Manchester derby, I will be watching this one. So obviously, gold players, they're going quite expensive for Manchester City. As you can see, look, they're like 950 coins. When I get there, there we go, 950, Caballero and Iheanacho. I might actually use him, he looks pretty decent, 6'2", and he's got 87 pace as well. Haven't actually tried him, never seen anyone use him, and he's literally like 900 coins. So maybe one to like put in a cheap Prem team if you need one anyway. He's so young as well, 1996. But you've also got Fernando on there, so what you could do, I would go for, I don't know how many non-rares they've got actually. If I just clear that, obviously they've got Caballero. Is that it? Surely they can't just have Caballero. I just saw Delph on there. You got Caballero, Delph, and there was one more just here. Caballero again. So yeah, I don't actually think they've got any non-rares really apart from those two. They might have, but I can't really see any, and I can't be bothered to sit here and search for ages. So they could be ones to snipe, and obviously if they are, because they are going for like 950 coins, whack it down to about 800, get yourself sniping if you want to win these anyway. You can, like I always say, you can sell them on straight away, make some like easy profit. That could be like little sniping filter to use right now if you want to get coins, or you can snipe them, keep hold of the cards for a couple of days, and you will make yourself coins from that as well. So moving on to Manchester United, these were my predictions for last week against Blackburn. They done okay, got a bit lucky if I'm honest. I don't really like Manchester United. I'm sorry if you guys are Manchester United fans, do apologise, but not really a big fan of them. I like Pogba, like Ibra, but that's about it. But anyway, going to the Manchester United team, they've got a couple of players. You've got Romero, Lingard there, and I think Romero is literally like 450 coins. I've double checked. 450 to 500. Look, that's for a goalkeeper, so wouldn't really buy him. He's probably not the best to invest in. You've also got a couple of non-rares. You've got Rojo, Lingard, I think Jones is in there as well, and obviously you've got Romero just there as well. But what you can do is obviously set it to defender, and if you put it up to about 700 coins, there isn't one, so obviously you've got Rojo coming in at 750, so if you put it down to about 550 coins, you've got a few chances, because you've also got Jones that you can get, so maybe something to consider, like doing a little sniping filter there. But I wouldn't really go for the silvers, because the silvers are literally like 400 coins, I think. Double check on that. 450 coins, there you go, as a defender as well. So if we put it down to 350, well, we'll search 400, there we go. There's a few there for 400, and obviously Manchester United got so many gold players, it is unreal. Same as Manchester City, wouldn't go for their silvers, because they're probably not going to rise in price. So I'd recommend going for the gold players, non-rare or rare. If you go for non-rare, try get them as cheap as you can, like under what they're going for anyway. And if you get the rare players, if you want to go for the rare ones, go for their minimum, get them under a K anyway, and you'll make profit from that. So that is another sniping filter. Now the next game is in the Championship. It's Barnsley versus Huddersfield. Now this may be like a little delusional theory, I don't really know, but when the teams, say if I'm doing a marquee matchup predictions and I see teams where the cheapest player, say they've got loads of golds in their team, or say loads of silvers, and the cheapest one is like 1,000 coins, for me they're more likely to go in the marquee matchups. I don't know why, but I just feel like EA will put them in the marquee matchups. Like Barnsley and Huddersfield, they're like 6 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 or something like that to be in the marquee matchups this week. And if you take a look at their players, look, 200 coins. There's so many on there for 200 coins. Well, actually, there's 2 pages, just about 2 pages. But if you go 250, that sort of mugged me off a bit there. But like 250, like you've got 4 or 5 pages on there, and it's not like, I just don't think they're going to be in the market. Well, I do think they'll be in the marquee matchups, but it seems a bit too cheap for them to be in there, because obviously these are really high rated to be in there. And if you go to Huddersfield, you can make investments for this. Like if you buy them for 250, or you could bid on them for like 150 coins, you'll probably win them, because not many people are going to be going for these. And 200 coins again, look, you got 1 and 2 pages for 200 coins again. So if you quick sell them, I think they probably sell for like pretty much what you buy them for. If you buy them for 150, they'll probably sell for about that anyway. So you're not going to lose yourself any coins if you buy these. And what I would recommend, obviously, is buying some English players, because look, if you go on here, 200 coins, they've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's so many pages anyway. It's unreal. Like, just buy some English players from this league, or buy them from like Barnsley or something. You've got 1 page there, or a couple players there that you can buy, because Obviously, they are a lower tier team, so they might include a requirement where you need like 4 or 5 English players from each team, and they're going to rise up in price a lot. So the last and final game, if I clear all this anyway, you go to the Turkish league, and you got Besiktas versus Galatasaray. So with these teams, you've obviously got quite a few goal players from each squad because they're quite decent anyway. They've grown in the industry of football. Well, I didn't really know them a few years back, so I don't really know if you guys did, but I weren't like very knowledgeable about football, so that's probably why, to be honest. So if you go to Besiktas, look, 400 coins, I'm going to pick them up actually. Even as a CDM, I don't normally recommend picking these up, but they're going to rise anyway, and I put in 450 coins, so I'll probably sell them for 450 anyway, which is decent, and I'm not going to lose any money on it, so I just put 400 coins. That's what you guys need to do. Well, I put 550 actually, and I'm just going to buy him as well. Screw that, I don't even care. 550 coins, going to buy him, why not? So put him on the transfer list. I'm going to make a few investments for this, but what I'd recommend is setting it to gold. And if you go 450, look, 500 coins, there's none on the market. And what you can do is just do a bit of sniping. 600 coins, there's a few, so maybe put it down to about 450. Get yourself some snipes. And there are a few players I would recommend getting, because if you take a look at their defenders, their centre backs, there's a few of them. You got these 2 Brazilians here, so maybe something to consider. You got Marcelo and I'm not even going to pronounce that, but you got these 2 anyway. But yeah, these guys could be something to consider, and I'm just going to see how much their cheapest is. It's probably about 1,000 coins, to be honest. I'll double check. Probably about 1,000. Yeah, it's 1,000 coins. They're cheapest, and there's 16 minutes left. So they've been up for a while, so people will be putting them under 1,000. Maybe something to consider. Go get some of their centre backs, or I think they've got some decent right backs and left backs to invest in as well. You got this right back here. You got Beck and Gonal. You've got 2 there. So, and they've got a shed load of like different nationalities in their team. So maybe something to consider. Once again, I love saying that word or those words. This could be something to take in, invest in. You've got Cameroon, Turkey, obviously in the Turkish league, Portuguese, Brazil, Chile, I saw, German, Canadian. There's so many on there. It's unreal. Like, you'll see if you go on there and just take a look at some of the players they have. Try to find some different nations, because I would predict anyway that what they do is, as a requirement, put in like say 1 player from each team, and they've got to be different nationality to Turkish. And then what they could do is have 7 different nationalities from the whole league. So I wouldn't personally go for like players on the outside of Besiktas and Galatasaray, because they might not rise. Certainly consider buying some different nationalities from each team, because they'll definitely rise in price. So I would invest in those personally. I'll probably get some after this video. But if you go over to Galatasaray and check out, well, actually I'll show you guys these players as well. They've got a few different nations. Got Iceland, Cameroon once again, Portugal, Turkey obviously, German, Dutch player there as well. You've also got Swiss. There's so many anyway, and that's why I think they're going to have some different nationalities if these are in the marquee matchups anyway. So they're all going to rise a ton and definitely worth investing in. So the other games that I thought could possibly be in here, and if you want to invest in them, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it personally because I don't know like the chances of them being in there, purely because of an SBC that's previously been. You got the game between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona, and also Real Betis and Sevilla. So with these teams, obviously they're in the Liga Santander, and recently we've had the Suarez SBC out, so that could be why they go for like a different league, like the Turkish league, which is what I've just done. You've got the English 2 and the English 1, and then also the French League 1. So that's why I've gone for those 4, because they're outside of the SBCs. There hasn't been an SBC around a Turkish league player or a French league player for a while, so that could be something to consider. So yeah, wouldn't go crazy on those investments, but if you want to, by all means, go do that. Go buy. If you get some like discard price, that's fair enough. You can go get them for that. You're not going to lose any coins. And obviously they are like, it's a big game, Atletico Madrid and Barca, because they're pretty much in the top 2, top 3 of the decent. So you could go invest in those, but obviously because of the Suarez SBC, it might not be the case of them being in there. So they are all my marquee matchup predictions for this weekend coming. So if you haven't hit the notification bell down below next to the subscribe button, and also the subscribe button, if you haven't hit that, make sure you do, because it helps me out a ton, and I will be extremely happy with that. So if you have enjoyed this video, smash the like button and be sure to subscribe.